we go. Now back into the fog area where the weird invisible phase-shifting ghosts are that I fell off the cliff of earlier. As my phone keeps making noises at me. What phone? What? Okay. I have vague memories of where we fell off of. So, in theory, I'll be able to get us back there just fine. In reality, well, we'll find our way eventually, somehow, some way. Right, we don't have another one-handed weapon that isn't going to inflict status effects on me, so we're going to have to switch gloves. And then we can use the rumble arm. Not that we're actually going to use it, I just prefer to have something ready to go in that hand. Also, I should turn the game down a bit for you guys, because I turned it up for outward, and now it's probably a little too loud. So there we go. Not sure. There he is. It was right there. I moved up a bit. Gotcha, you little bastard. For those who weren't here last time, what we're trying to do is get to that spear, as far as I can tell, in this area so far. Because that's what's making things weird in here right now. So if we deal with that, things will get a little bit better around here. We might be able to get a better idea what the hell's going on. We're also trying to get a hold of a handful of, like, weird Tetris pieces that go to a big door. This place is haunted by all these weird phase-shifting things. So we've got to deal with them along the way. Thankfully, for some reason, they can't get out of phase with this reality enough that standard firearms don't work on them. Ah, hi. I forgot that they split into two normal ones. God damn it. I should have backed off instead of just going for it, but brain kicked in after the death happened rather than before. And I don't anticipate making massive strides today, because I'm not planning on doing a full session of this, probably. We'll probably go for, like, 2-3 more hours. Nothing major. I forgot to switch back to having a gun. The reason why I'm not using, like, the AR or something right now is because I don't want to have to move it at slow gun speed. But to keep myself from being stupid, I'm just going to have 2 guns instead for the moment. Since melee weapons are really not advisable in here, it seems. It is nice that they actually offset it properly for which hand it's in. I never really noticed that because I always used the right hand. The right hand. On the little doll, it's the hand on the left side, but it is based on your facing your right hand. Because I am right-handed, so I typically find myself going for that, regardless of whether it is required or makes any actual mechanical difference. Now, it might not be a bad idea to backtrack to the save point so I don't forget to grab the Tetris piece again. Not to mention, just go turn in the Tetris piece, since it's not too far back to get back to where these go, I believe. Just in case it actually, like, half opens or something when I put 2 of them in. That is going to involve me remembering the way back. Which I don't think is actually this way. No, this is a dead end full of ghosts. So we're just going to leave. Okay, now there's double ghosts in here. Great. So happy to see that. The fact that they're solid enough for you to run into is a bit of a problem as well. That seems like a death pit. Why am I like this? Curiosity! Yep. So there's just a pit at the end of the tunnel that kills you. Got it. Good to know. I figured since we had saved grabbing the thing already and we hadn't gone very far, we may as well find out if that's a death pit or not. Turns out, yup. 100% can confirm is death pit. Okay. Okay, I think I'm on the right track now, because there's the shop we had at the beginning of this place. And this place is just gonna make a lot of unsettling noises constantly. Because that's just how this area is. Okay, looks like that is not gonna really amount to much for us right now, because it's at opposite ends. I was kind of hoping maybe something would happen when I put 2 of them in, because they may have both been on the same side or something. So it might have, like, opened one side of it so that we could have gone somewhere. But it looks like we're going to need all 4 of them absolutely in order to open the door at all. So that's a thing. There's nothing there. It just was dark in that spot, so I couldn't tell if there was a door there or not. Now, we do have extensive health regen still, so we should be fine as long as I don't just sit there and take damage. I don't think I saw the stub band before. What the hell does that do? Mystic gem that boosts HP. Not as much as what I'm wearing does, apparently, so that's a no. I still want the Ankh, but we're not going to be able to afford that anytime soon. I am curious about this. If it makes you lighter, I wonder if it makes you just generally faster. But it costs 18, so I don't know if I can make that happen. That's the homing fireballs, so we don't really want to throw that away. I'm going to get rid of the red cord bracers at this point. Good as far as those go. Those are broken again, so I'm just gonna get rid of them. Yeah. Slow MP recovery. Doesn't matter. Okay, we can't afford the lighten thing to find out what it does for us. That's fine. This is another game where you need to use the triggers to tilt the camera. So if you see me tilting really weird sometimes, it's because I'm struggling with the controls a bit. In the end, everything will probably be fine. Ah, there we go, there's another piece. Good thing I went back in here. So the last piece is probably on the other side of that moving platform we fell off of last time. So let's go ahead and go get rid of this before I forget I have it. There we go. Though I may need to actually do some editing in order for my playlists to make any sense now that I think about it, but that's a future problem if I worry enough about it to bother splitting it. People can always figure that out on their own. But for coherency, it would be better. And again, when I've been one known for coherency. Hmm. Yeah, I knew it got really close from him there. I'm admittedly probably just wasting ammo dealing with him. Okay, that time he might have actually died because I think they fell down the hole and they didn't recover. Either way, they're still busy long enough that we can leave without them causing an issue. Okay. Now we don't need to go in there. We do actually need to climb that vine I kept having issues with. Back over here. Well, tendril, vine, whatever the hell this thing is. They're gonna shoot at us, but I'm just gonna ignore them. Honestly, unless we are in that room with the moving platform, I don't know if I'm even gonna bother with these guys anymore. It's just gonna be more of a pain if I deal with them. Just making sure that's not a thing to grab that I need. The moving platform is in that room, though. It just was an awkward enough situation that I couldn't safely spin to try to shoot at them. Oh, where the hell is he? Is he, like, on my head? Heck with it. What's over here? Ah. Okay. Oh, right, this is where the saber was that we got. That I realized drains HP, so I'm like, probably not using that. Thank you for paying back the damage you dealt, you little bastard. That is the one nice thing I'll say about this stage of the game. The last two areas, the enemies have dropped health potions pretty consistently. So for all that they do a lot more damage and they're a lot more dangerous, they make up for the damage they do a lot better than the earlier game did. So you're not getting, like, defeated by attrition. Which means as long as you play reasonably intelligently, you tend not to be in much danger at all anymore. Which is how it should be, really. If you're playing well, you shouldn't be at constant threat. Now we're decent enough health. And the only threat here really is falling to my death anyway. Okay, now we're gonna wait, and I don't want that one coin badly enough this time to throw myself off the damn cliff trying to get it. So we're just gonna move on. I did not sign up to be a Ghostbuster, but apparently that's our lot in life at this point. And you know, could be worse. I don't like this. Oh. Okay. I like that less, if I'm honest, but more at the same time? Because that at least means that we're not expected to, like, walk the thinnest platform in the world. But we're instead stuck on a tiny moving platform that's moving rather rapidly around. Okay. I'm gonna hope this is where we want to be. Well, I'll take that. Okay. So it looks like it would either... Aha, it's just a door. Okay. I couldn't tell whether it was a door or something I could break open. Fuck me. Splitting him was probably the worst choice I could have made there, because now there's going to be even more of them. Considering I'd already been hit from an unexpected angle by a random something. Yep, there he is. Sneaky little bastard. Thought he could jump me. I don't even know why I'm bothering to pick those up. We haven't needed them and they don't sell. Eek. That was the last bullet in that gun, huh? Okay. It's right there. Okay, so the Black Hawk's empty. That's not great. I'm just gonna switch the Smith & Wesson to that hand then and pull out the Alexander sword we just found. So I'm betting we don't have the most ammo for the Smith & Wesson left either. gold plate looking stuff. Ooh. Hidden door. Okay. Very good. Ow, 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 ow. Fuck you. Oh, the door's shut behind me. Oh no. Heal so I can buy time to open the door. Okay. What did we just get? It's another AR-15. Dang it. I was really hoping it was going to be an M14 or something, so that we actually, you know, had something to use the other ammo with. I mean, on the bright side, it's probably fully loaded, so that's the good news. So we'll use that for a little bit. The better news is we don't have to deal with those guys that were in there at all, because there was nothing else in that room. And since we're not climbing around on that vine anymore, I don't need to have maximum move speed. As long as I can't, like, slide off the side of this vine by going too slow, we should be okay. It was more just the incline of that one vine. We couldn't climb it when we were going slow. Ah, we're up top now. Okay. That's in theory a good thing. In practice, we'll see in a minute whether that's a positive or a negative. Okay, we got the thing. What's that? I want whatever that is. Felt really like a death trap trying to get it. But apparently that wasn't the problem? Huh. I figured this was a magic spear just like the other one. Oh! Absorbs HP and MP. Okay, it's got lifesteal, I guess? And mana steal. Do I, like, shoot this thing? Aha! Well, that made the bad noise stop. And it looks like the fog's clearing. You dead now? It doesn't look like the rest of it reacts. So that's good. We did a good thing here today, I guess. Now, just to verify, this absorbs enemy health, right? It doesn't absorb mine? Yes, it does absorb enemy health. Either that or my regen is countering it. Either way, not really going to worry about it too much. I also did that just to put the gun away so we can move properly. Now, part of me wants to just drop down to get down quickly, but I have a bad feeling that that would end in pain, misery, and tears. Specifically, the tears of the dead as I splatter on the pavement. I also can't help but notice the fact that we did not get the last piece by doing this. So that's concerning. That means we missed it somewhere. Now, we could try sliding down onto that, but I'm pretty sure there's a pit underneath it, so I don't fancy our chances with that either. Is the other reason why I'm not going back that way. Now, if I'm wrong and we're taking the long way back, so be it. I'd rather take the long way and live rather than take the short way and probably die. So, now we gotta figure out where the last piece is hiding. And I'm betting it's on that platform over there. Might be over there, though. Ah, gah, 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 gah. Oh, so you guys do apply seal. Okay. Just have low odds of applying seal. Got it. Well, we're using a gun, so our stats don't particularly matter. So I'm going to put the seal-proof gloves on for now, and we're going to just remove the seal. There we go. Admittedly, seal only matters if we're using magic, but I do throw some magic here and there. You fucker. Sometimes when they line up just wrong, they can get a real fast shot off and be a problem. I'm just gonna do this the quick way, unequip it, re-equip it. Or that's not gonna do it. Okay, never mind. Do I unequip it and leave the menu? Yeah, okay. So I want to have the rifle available still, but I want to move at normal speed when trying to cross this, because I do not trust it not to slide me off to my death. Yeah, because I don't think we were over here yet either. Oh, there's something throwing a different color at us now. Or was that just a side effect of the twin one? I'm genuinely curious. Yeah, especially if you went running off to the store after that, I can imagine. Okay, there is a gray Falto as well now. There he is. Take that. Man, I don't like these moving platforms. I always just have this sneaking suspicion they're gonna drop me to my death. Resist, blind, and paralyze. I mean, this one just... Well, then again, it does do poison null as well. Nah, I think I'll keep the mem on. Okay. Yep, there's the last piece. Fuck! We stepped on the skeleton and it slid me off. I should have waited until the next spot and got off there. Well, I didn't fall off the platform. I fell off the landing pad at the other end, to be fair. God damn it. Well, guess he was doing a lot of walking again.
Well, he's dead. Real shame.
Yep.
He will be missed.
Yep. Yeah, that's oddly fitting, too, because if I just was in less of a hurry to get off those platforms, we would have been fine. But no, I was like, I want out of here, I want gone, I want off these platforms. And then, well, I got off the platform. I mean, yeah. By the same token, it wasn't really my fault. The physics of the game should not have shoved me off like that. But it still was also my own fault for rushing. So, you know, one of those column A, column B situations. Grab that again. On the bright side, I'll be able to get through a lot of this a lot quicker now that I know where I'm going. Because I can just more confidently move past the ghosts and not have to fight them. And I'm not gonna lie, my heart was kind of in my throat when I made that step across the moving platform like that. Because I really thought it was gonna somehow send me through the floor and kill me. Now, we didn't get this armor last time, so... Is this something good? I mean, it's alright. It's not as good as the Brilliant Saga because it doesn't do both HP and MP. But it does null paralyze, so if we end up in an area where there's a lot of paralyze, that will be better armor. That's a death pit over there. I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of tempted to start save stating to get through this area because of the amount of times we could easily fall off. But I at the same time want to maintain the integrity of this game even if the integrity is fucking rude. So basically I'm gonna file it under, if it happens a lot, we'll do that. But if it only happens like one more time and we get through it, then sure. Of course, it's taunting me by leaving the healing item right next to the edge. It's like, you want it, don't you? Well, come get it. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, we never even did check what this armor did that I walked over here for. And there's the cheeky fucking ghosts in here, too. Yep, right in the same goddamn spot. Nope, that one moved. Oh, no, he didn't move. I hit him. He's dead. I'm actually going to save state for a very different reason right now. Because the lights just flickered. So if the stream suddenly stops, something's gone wrong. Just putting that out there. Especially since they just flickered again. Let me take a quick look outside. Give me one moment. Because something ain't right. Well, good news and bad news. Good news, I see nothing wrong out there. Bad news, I have no idea what the hell's going on still. I'm just going to hope it's nothing. That's pretty much the only play I've got at the moment. I am only going to use that save state in the event of a loss of power or a crash, though. I'm not going to use it if I fall off. Unless people really want me to just skip back over. Or for expedience sake. We're pretty close to done with this area, I would assume. Considering we have almost all of the pieces. And we have a reasonable guess as to where the last piece is. One thing we didn't check is what that amulet did. Okay. Greatly improves all magical abilities. Rare. Hooray. A thing for the magic that I don't use much. No. Something that could be happening out of my line of sight from my window. I feel a sneeze. Okay. Something that could be happening outside the line of sight of my window, though, that might be affecting my power, is they might be working on that pole that fell the other day. I don't know if they ever actually fixed that completely or not. They may have just been leaving it hanging. Would not surprise me around here. Okay, we're gonna need to deal with the ghosts in here before we do anything else. To get it fixed properly, yeah. Okay, now we just wait for the next rotation. And when I go to jump off for anything, I need to make sure there isn't like a fucking skeleton or anything where I'm going. Oh, I need to be in a different spot to get on this? I mean, I can get on the move, I guess. I just don't like that idea. Okay. I don't think I even want that badly. I think I'm just gonna get off where the coin is and see if this is a useful direction. I admit I lost track of where that two-space platform is that we fell off of. No, this is where we originally got on that platform. This is the wrong way. Oh, right, I climbed across the vine and then found the 2 space platform. Right. I remember now. I hesitated because the gapping on it is so fucking weird. Why couldn't they have made it square? So that it actually looks like you'll manage to step on it fine. Because you see that gap. You see that hole in the middle of it. And you're like, no, I'm gonna fall through that. There is no question of whether I'm gonna fall through that or not. Like that! Exactly like that! Ah! No, I am gonna use the save. I don't want us to sit here and go through this loop again and again and again. I was thinking about it and thinking about it, but I think this is better. Ooh. If for nothing else, the fact that I'm not gonna get so frustrated with this that I throw the game out. Because with how close to the end we are, I don't want to end up tossing it at that point. Okay, it's another enemy seeking flare. Which I still say doesn't really seek enemies very well at all. Because we went over here, and that's how we found the 2 space platform last time. Okay, that's not actually a door. Just making sure there's no extra doors anywhere. Nope. Okie dokie. What the hell am I receiving crap from? Okay. Ah, that's why there's 2 of them. I was wondering why I was seeing some really weird shot angles. Because I was being shot by 2 things. Oh, make that 3! I was wondering where the weird dark shot one went. Because we found that one in here last time, and he wasn't there this time. He was conspicuously absent. Okay, I don't hear any spooky noises anymore. Okay, I'm gonna be careful with this platform this time. I'm going to respect the way that it can kill me. Well, I'm gonna respect the way that it can kill me more than I did last time. I say as it runs out from under me because I apparently was just far enough away that I could not step onto it quick enough. No, I am going to remain my own worst enemy, along with the game design here. And you know me, it's very hard to make me jump anyway. So you weren't going to catch my attention enough to make me fall anyway. Especially since we all know that's exactly what anyone in chat would want to do, would be to play a sound at that moment to try to make me fall off. You know, I wonder if that thing counts as a monster. Nope, it does not count as a monster. Okay. Unless it's in a weird spot, which I'm not gonna dig through the whole thing looking for it. I'm not gonna lie, there was a part of me that was very worried that these vines were gonna disappear when that thing died, and I was gonna fall to my death after shooting it. Yeah, it falls back, and then the second time it teleports after spinning, it's gonna come at you. Seems to be the way that thing works. We done? Okay. Looks like the other half didn't come back. Okay. Considering the fact that I can just randomly miss the edge of it, I'm going to just save at this point, because we're gonna be here all day if I don't. I surrender. Ah, that was the problem on that side, though. That doesn't actually reach all the way. It's a fake out. I need to get on it from here. Which is really fucking rude, if I may say. So more than likely, this might also have been a trap. No, that does reach. But I can get off there. Yep, last piece. Okay. Is there any other way out? No? Okay. Guess we're gonna have to get back on this fucking thing. Yeah, that does make contact, okay. It doesn't at that end, so I need to wait till the second it arrives here, and then get on, and then hang on for dear life. Is this really going to be another one of those times where I get it right the first time after I give up and save state? Yes. Yes, it is. Fuck you. And I guess it's fine, because we need to ride another moving platform to get out of here anyway. Where'd you go, you little shit? But we have proven once again that I am my own worst enemy. Nothing in this game is as dangerous to me as I am. Okay, now we're on our way back out of here. Right, we do have another moving platform as well. This one's not as bad because it's huge. But that's just gonna make it all the more embarrassing when I flub a step somehow and fucking chuck myself into the abyss. Yep, they both came back that time. Okay. Blackhawk's empty now, which is unfortunate, but it did its job. Okay. We don't have any more moving platforms to deal with. Just gotta watch out for holes in the floor. And getting blasted by a laser ghost. As soon as we reach the save point, I'm gonna save, and then we're gonna go straight to the exit door and find out what all this was for. So I'm presuming that all this was for a boss fight that will potentially kick our head in the first time. We'll see. There's definitely getting to be a lot more ghosts in here after we turn the fog machine off by shooting it. You almost got me, game. I almost wasn't paying attention. Am I in the wrong room? No, I'm just going the wrong way. Let's see, I could get AR-15 clips, shotgun shells. I can get more ammo for the Blackhawk. Probably should. At least get 2 boxes of Blackhawk. See how much of this stuff we can pawn off. So I do remember seeing something I wanted. Useless. Basically, at this point, if it doesn't have crazy magical effects on it, I'm probably just binning it. Yeah, the axe served us well. Let's not get rid of the axe. At least not yet. We don't need 2 AR-15s. We don't need the lore rune. There was that one thing I wanted to buy. This thing. I was curious about what it did. Let's also grab us another box of ammo. Let's go ahead and get an extra AR-15 clip, though. I think that'll be more worthwhile than another box of Blackhawk. Now, I'm assuming Layton's primarily just going to make us move faster. I mean, that's appreciably faster. I'm not sure I like the weird effect on my screen, but I'm not sure if that's this area still fucking with my eyes or not. I'm inclined to think it's just the area. No. Okay. Not a fan of this either. A cursed land after a long journey. Now a poor soul sleeps here. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? The fuck is this? Jesus! If I could just fire a shot, I'd be rid of some of this. But almost every time I go to take a shot, I get hit again. Oh, I'm burdened now. Oh, sealed, rather. Seal's okay, though. Oh, I only had that many shells. That's fine. That cleaned up the mess. Fuck. Let's get rid of the seal so we can see properly. Maybe while I'm in here. I'm glad I came packing serious enough heat to drop these guys in one go. Otherwise, we'd be in serious trouble right now. He himself doesn't seem to be too bad. We are dead. We fulfilled our duty. Okay. Glad I also stayed to the end of this room, otherwise we would have been dealing with holes again. And I'm glad I came really well prepared for that, otherwise that would have been a miserable bitch of a fight. Now, I'm surprised none of our gear broke. With the amount of times we got hit with that explosion, I really expected to see, like, everything broken. No other surprises? No tricks? No traps? Okay. Okay, doesn't look like it's taking us to a reward, it's taking us to the next area. I mean, let's be real. Am I wrong to be expecting a trap? With the way this game has been? Oh, man. More moving platforms? Oh, Jesus Christ. What does this do? It makes them go the other way. Great. Great. I love it. This place is gonna be so much fun. Hooray. At least there's a save point next to it. It's literally called moving block area. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, and I have to dodge things, too. Wait, that's a door. That's a door, that's a door, that's a door. Okay, there's a shop. Okay. Like I said, am I wrong to be expecting traps? Of course, only the one I did not properly back away from is the only one that fucking exploded. Because remember, if you treat everything as if it's trapped, you'll never be hit by a trap. Now we got Ingram M11s, M14 clips. Yeah. Very similar to a MAC-10. Gives a lot of stats, but slowly drains MP. If I wasn't broke on money, I would absolutely buy those because we have an MP boost. So we'd be able to compensate for that just fine. Meanwhile, right next to it, MP recovering boots. Funny. Any crazy new chest armor? Yeah, they've got another copy of the thing we found inside the secret room. The invisible spell I sold. Beyond that, not a lot of anything. Ladies Rise. Ooh. Resist conditions and even more HP MP recover. I'm not gonna lie, at the rate things have been going, I'm sorely tempted to just stack myself out with everything giving me HP and MP recovery. And then just walk around with a middle finger to the game the whole time, just like, no. You can't hurt me. Fuck you. Of course, as it stands, the best way this game has to hurt me is throwing me off of cliffs already anyway. So that really wouldn't solve anything. At least this moves at a more reasonable pace than the last one. Spooky red sword. What the hell? Eh? It doesn't seem to be tracking me in particular. It's just kind of here. Whoop. Bad. Bad. Huh. Well, that was disappointing. I expected that to be a lot more threatening with the way it was spinning around. Oh, I just realized there's even more doorways on the other side. God damn it. Hurt. Gotta go fast. Made it. Oh, I hear more of them. Oh, well, fuck this in particular. Broke one of them in half. Oh look, now they're two halves of a whole idiot. In particular, they needed to go just because of that awful noise they were making. Which I don't know if you guys could hear, but be thankful you didn't hear it. Good. Oh wow, 4 attacks on this sword. I dislike everything about this place. Oh, I dislike it more now. I dislike it more now. No, 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 no. Fuck. Because, you see, the problem was the platform was about to be consumed by the wall. We were not going to have room to stand there. And I would have made it if I hadn't immediately reacted to the thing flying around next to it that looked like it was going to try to kill me. Which, admittedly, it did try, and it did succeed in killing me. It just did not, you know, directly kill me. I'm gonna proof of concept something, though. I'm curious whether my backup method even works. Yes, it does. You can get to see the full glory of the very bad JPEG of an explosion that happens. Oh, we also missed another gun. So, I guess it's for the best that we died, because I got to find another gun. But I'm pretty sure it's just another Blackhawk. Yep. A slightly better Blackhawk. With less durability, but it hasn't been used as much, so it technically has more durability. Actually... I'm not gonna pull a gun in here anymore, because the gun will slow me down and cause me to not make it where I need to go. Even though there's that one crowded room, I think the sword will take care of that just fine. Yeah, those don't have a lot of health, so that should be okay. What are they? Aside from weird little rubits. Delgardia, okay. And that, of course, was a Quittle Falto. Guards and comforts people who fall along the way. There was nothing comforting about him! There was absolutely nothing comforting about him. You know, clearly the explosions were meant to be so comforting. Run across the potato. Escape the potato. I disagree with that first swing missing. And apparently they're breaking my pants, of all things. Which is just upsetting. Then again, I'm assuming they're hitting probably most of me. And that just happens to be the thing with the least durability left. Interesting that the whole skeleton's here and then the head's in the box. It's clearly meant for you to have noticed that there's the body there and be like, where's the head? You open the box and it's like, oh. Oh. May as well put on these boots for now so we don't break the other ones. The stats aren't quite as good, but they're decent. Then again, we are sitting on a lot of Dorado ashes, so never mind. We'll go ahead and put these back on and use the ashes. Except I forgot. Yeah. Do I have any weapons that are particularly low? Since it repairs everything. The axe is at half. The axe has served us well, so I'll go ahead and fix that. Even though I'm betting we're probably not gonna be keeping it much longer. And I think what they mean when they say by 50, by the way, is I'm betting it's a slight mistranslation. It's probably 50%. Like, it's not actually a real mistranslation, but it's not the full information. I don't like this. Get me off this platform. Fuck you. Fuck me too, huh? Okay. Fuck you. So what is that big bastard called? Yeah, as expected, Soul Guardia. Though, Soul seems inaccurate considering it's ice. You would think that would be for the fire one. Oh, and it turns out the other ones blow up. Good to know. Good thing we didn't have that happen. Okay, no more bastards hanging around in the tunnel. The way it stopped for a moment there had me very worried I fucked up. Another shop, and a Guardia. It's purposely fucking hiding out in the darkness. Doing like a patrol loop. I made contact that time. In the interest of not dealing with this fucker, I don't mind wasting some ammo. Got him. I saw him fall. I'll probably wrap up at the next save point, though. Five hours is good enough. Ah, that's why I was hearing the noise quite as loud as I was. Well, fuck you too, then! Jesus. Turns out the middle bit's what explodes. Got it. We learned something today. I keep learning things I don't like in this game. Oh, I guess since it was out in the darkness, it came back, huh? Oh, fuck that. Ow. Oh, come on now. I was hoping it would kill its friends that way. Such a fucking small target. Okay. Wasted a lot of ammo doing that, but at least we didn't get chewed apart by spinning death robots. And apparently I got blinded at some point, so that's a thing. I guess let's get rid of the blind that's on us. Okay. That's just there to unsettle you, I guess. Because they moved like they were gonna pop out of the box at me, which is why I stepped back. But then nothing happened. Okay, it's not that kind of ring. Physical resist. Curse, seal, and burden null. Okay. That's pretty nice. We lose a bunch of stats because the thing we've been wearing for a long time now is really fucking strong. But if we need that, we have that. I see, it's a different kind. Because it's full of eyes. That was Mr. Eyeball called. Ah, Gilguardia. They cooperate to eliminate intruders. So you're saying there's multiple. Got it. I do hear more being... Okay, we're not making it to that door. And if we tried, we'd hit that rock over there. So let's just get our bearings as soon as we get on this rock. Looks like there's a doorway coming up right here. Oh, come on! Jesus. This is hardly fair. So I think we're dead. I'm not gonna say we're dead, but I think we might be dead. Yep. Wow. Yeah, you know what? I think that's as good a wrap-up point for today as anything. Whew, fucking laser hell. Of course. Not seeing anything in my list really right now. So let's see if anybody was playing this. If not, I might just have this be one of my very rare just nothing nights. Oh hey, I see someone streaming this and it's me. God damn it. What about the first one? Nope. There was a past video of somebody I know streaming the first game, but that ended like a week ago. We've got good numbers, so I would feel terrible not doing anything. But at the same time, I've got a whole lot of nothing to work with, really. So I've got the internal coin flip of, do I push on to try to get something to show up, or do I just accept that I'm not getting anywhere today? I mean, the last time I pushed on, it worked out pretty well. But I don't have that much faith in it going that well again. Especially since it's earlier in the day. I mean, that wouldn't be any different than the coin I already flipped, which indicated to me that I should just call it a day. It's not like I've got choices to pick through. It's a matter of I've got a lot of nothing to work with. If I left everything at... Well, of course I'm still hesitating, because there's always the chance that I'm wrong. And I'm going to hesitate when I'm about to do something that I don't like the idea of doing. Yeah, and that's gonna be your pastime at all times, I know. So I'm not that big a fan of the idea of just picking somebody random that I don't know anything about to raid. Because who knows what the hell we're gonna get. Yeah, that's right about where I'm at. I'm checking various posting places like, hey, does anybody have anything? Anybody? So I'm currently scrolling through the retro section because there might be something interesting in there, and it's a lot of the same old things, or things in languages I don't speak, so I can't really do anything with. Okay, down here, further down, there's some interesting stuff going on, but a lot of it is still in languages I can't do anything with. Like, there's somebody doing Kingsfield 4, which I absolutely would send you all to see, but it's in Spanish. And I don't know about you guys, but I can't speak Spanish or understand Spanish. So, I'm not going to raid somebody who speaks a language I don't understand. That's kind of counterintuitive. I'm also totally not just stalling for time in the hopes that somebody goes live. But I've made it to the bottom of the retro section, so we might be hooped on this one. How about somebody else who's streaming this? Yes, but no. I wouldn't think so usually either, but more often than not, I see plenty of people on whenever whenever I'm towards my normal ending time. Today just seems to not be one of those days. So I'm gonna put my hands up and accept the fact that we're not gonna get anywhere. Which I know that's gonna be a disappointment to some people, and I apologize, but if I got nowhere to go, I got nowhere to go. But either way, I appreciate you all sticking around for this. If Zeno can still hear me, thank you again for that raid you gave me. Off of our collab, and I'll see you all tomorrow, because I will be back doing more of this tomorrow, probably around the same time I started today. With that, have a good one, and it'll be what it'll be.